rarity, guaranteed quality, this I can assure. For each and every dress, I vow to give finesse with time, love, and couture. My favorite moment's when a pony sees it, that special gown that she just adores. That pony's now in style, my hard work so worthwhile. Oh yes, it makes my heart just soar. The rules of rarity, just a parody, no dress here's unique. The panels all the same, each colored window pane I fashion only makes me want to shriek. Oh, to create would give me elation, to feel once again some inspiration. Come on now, rarity, give me some clarity. Time for your couture love to rule. The rules of rarity, extra TLC, this feels more sublime. Soon now they will see how good these can be with a little extra shine. The rules of rarity, guaranteed quality, all can see it's true. These new gems add such flair, their beauty can't compare. This old style suddenly gleams anew. The rules of rarity once stood for something, but now it feels just like some factory. Now every dress I make, with every flaw and mistake, oh how it makes my heart just break. My favorite moment's when a pony sees it, that special gown that she just adores. That pony's now in style, my heart looks
That took a long time to eat. I don't know why. It wasn't even that much. I don't know, I'm just slow. I'm really slow at everything. I'm sorry. I'm back. Ugh. Okay. I have no excuse other than I'm just bad at eating, I guess. Oh, man. I'm self-taught, so I don't... It's hard to explain how I learned this stuff, because a lot of it was just through experimentation and trial and error. I don't know. In some ways, I feel like I got lucky with how I am today, but... it's hard to say. Anyway, let's transition. There we go. Transitioned. So, we have a Twilight here. Now I want you guys to look carefully. Do you guys see any obvious cheating going on with the main? Anything fishy? Anything weird? Just curious what you guys think of what's going on with the main right now. Oh man. Oh, don't worry about the hollow mesh. Don't worry about that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like any sort of like weird deformation going on or anything that's off that isn't related to the hollow opening. Okay. Let me show you how this works, because I'm pretty sure most of you haven't seen me work on this yet. I worked on it pretty early on. I don't need to say that. So, if we go into here and hide the horn, or hide the effects of the horn. We don't need this to be here right now. Go away. Okay. Pretty view up here, actually. Yeah. If we take a look at how this deforms, make sure this is a reasonable subdivision level. So the main camera is right here, and the main gets shifted in shape depending on where this camera is up here. You can see it right up here. So, if you play this back, scrub through the timeline at least, you can see the main deform based on the perspective. And the shape of the main is purely constructed to look okay from where the camera is. If you look over here, you can tell it doesn't look right at all. It looks far too skewed, essentially. But it doesn't matter, because it's for this camera angle only, and not for this camera angle, not for this camera angle, not for this camera angle, just for this. If we look on the other side, it does the same thing. You can see it gets skewed the other way, pushes this side out further, so you can see the stripes a bit easier. I'll let this play back, actually. Without bloom, because it is blinding. Okay. Alright, this is what essentially happens. You can see the main camera up here. That's what determines the shape of the main. Let me try that at camera angle. Yeah. You can even see the snout moving as well, because the snout does the same thing, and it's always done that. What's clipping through her back? I'm not sure what you mean. Also, I didn't... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I do plan to put in more perspectives. Not sure what right now, to be honest. For the top view, I'd imagine I'd probably just go with the default pose that I have for the mesh, which is actually this. This is a default pose right here, which is pretty straight and boring, but it would work for the top view. And you can see how it looks from the front. This is not the default. The default's actually right here. And I'm just a lot more boring, but the front view is actually shaped a lot more cleanly for the front side, at least. Frankly, it doesn't even look terrible on other sides, to be honest. It could be worse. Could be worse. I'm going to do background ponies. I'm going to be making the background ponies. I'll be making all the models for them, or well, at least the mane and tail and stuff like that. And they'll be sharing animations. Keep in mind that's also in the FAQ, so you can check out more details there. I go into more detail in the answer in the FAQ for that. I cannot stand battle royales at this point. It's so boring to me. So slow and just incredibly high stakes for something that is so slow. It's just, ugh. I hate it. It's not for me. It's not for me. Anyway, I thought I might as well comment on that while it's being discussed. Anyway. What I want to do right now, I might as well, is polish up some of the shaping I have here for some of the other camera angles. Like on the left side, I don't really like how obvious this curl of the mane on her left curl goes from a curl up to curl down. You can see it curving down like that. That's like the most obvious thing in this whole thing so far, and I think I'm gonna figure something out for that. Well, kids are dumb if they are trying to compare a creative block builder game compared to a battle royale, which the only similarity between Fortnite and Minecraft is that you can like build things on the fly, but it's the way they do it is so different, and plus the gameplay is so different. I don't know. It's like a weird argument to have. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, so I was thinking maybe I could try just curving this up instead of down, even though that's not show accurate. It might still look pretty good. But, yeah, might as well give it a shot, at least. Why not? Let's see here. Just curve it up. Like so. Too far up. Let's see. If it doesn't work, I can revert it. it's less obvious. I have it like that. The default pose doesn't really support that, does it? So why not just give you your tail back? Right like that. Okay. I could also just do this. Just step it out a little bit more. That's better. Yes. What do I have loaded up that's causing the lag? I actually don't know. I hit all the complex stuff. Let's move this up here. That didn't help. I don't know. Weird. That's a mystery. I don't know why it's not performing as well as I thought it would. 0 subdivisions. Weird. Could be the horn. It's like a 2 FPS thing, okay. Not as much as I thought. What is causing this? So weird. What could it be? The main just isn't impacting at all. I can just restart Blender. That could probably help. Not that much, actually. Very strange. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I was having a lot of problems earlier with this part of the main, where it's like showing. Let me show what I mean here. Where it's kind of obvious that there's something up going on here. You know, this isn't actual hair. You can clearly tell something strange about it, even if you don't know what it is, right? It's because, you know, it's layered mesh. There's like a ton of layers, but you can still tell that they are. The problem, the thing is, I want to work on this maybe sometime off stream or something, because it's just so hard for me to just sit down and think about it while I'm streaming. I might have to think about it off stream, but I need to find a solution for this, some sort of compromise, because the way Twilight's main works is that it's sheer cut, which means like there's no tapering really. At least there's not meant to be. It's supposed to be pretty much a sheer cut all the way through, with no taper to the hair really, which is how I usually rely on this effect staying hidden, because all this stuff is usually gradually faded away down the layer or down the length of the hair. But I can't do that. It's all going to end right here instead. There's going to be a big gaping hole as well because it's sheer cut. No other main I've done is like this, and it's tough. So I thought I might as well just give an overview of what my issue is here, even though I don't think I'll be doing anything about it tonight. Let's be done off stream, I think. This is Unicorn Twilight, by the way. This is not Alicorn Twilight. In fact, I can show this right now. I have the proportions set up for Alicorn Twilight. I just have to turn it on. It's right here. Just flip the switch up, and while the main doesn't move yet, I have to hide that. This is Alicorn Twilight proportions here. Slightly taller, longer neck. Where? I'm doing this. Let's repose this a little bit. There we go. But yeah, that's Alicorn Twilight proportions. And also move the neck back a little bit. Come on. It's so unresponsive. I don't know why. That's so weird. Like, what did I change to make this so laggy? It's so weird. Oh, anyway. Yeah. There you have it. No, because that would even be more obvious to use a plane to cover up the hole. It would be too obvious. Anyway, yeah, this is only Alicorn Twilight. I'm not working on her yet. I'm focusing on Unicorn Twilight and the main and tail for that. It's over here. This will be Unicorn Twilight. So unresponsive. Can't scroll. Okay, this is kind of annoying actually, how badly performing this is. Why, man? So weird. Remove the subdivision and see how it goes. Yeah. Whatever. Let's see here. Alright, what do I want to do now? If I'm saving the hair for later. That's done. I could. Hold on, let me check Omni's advice here. You wanted to give some tips on the eyes. Yeah, it's subtle changes, but yeah, let me try this. Let me try this. Go to miscellaneous. Push that up there. Okay, now mirror that. Did I get this? No. Okay. Just a quick little adjustment to the eyes. A little bit better, maybe. I still don't really like how there's this weird indentation here. Subdivision doesn't look as bad. Okay. How about from the front then? It might actually be problematic here. Yeah, it is actually. I might have to reshape the snout? Or, no, that seems extreme. I shouldn't have to do that. I just need to fix something up here. I think I'll just do it through blend shape. Shape key, whatever. So let's push this up. That's the main thing that needs to be addressed. Is that. Some of this a bit. Still need to see the crease on the corner of the eye, ideally. Okay. Was mirror on? It should be. Yeah, okay. Okay. What else? Move. The main problem is this indentation. I'll have to screw that up. I have to. It's probably not good on moving that here. Oh, yeah, shadows. How can I do this without removing the corner of the eye here? Might have to. That is weird behavior. Why is it doing that? Weird. Okay. That should help. Yep, Minecraft music. It is good. It's good stuff. What expression are you talking about? What are you looking for? Yeah, the wings are part of the plan. It's just not for Unicorn Twilight. I'm working on Unicorn Twilight pre-season 3 finale. Pre-season 3 finale, not post finale. Before season 3. That's what I'm working on right now. After I'm done with that, at some point in the future, I'll work on the wings. At some point, which is not going to be easy. It's going to be a big task. But yeah, that's the plan. Alright. Generally, I don't directly refer to other people's animations. I'm not refer to other people's 3D animations, at least. I can learn from them, but I won't like use it as reference as I animate. I'm struggling to figure out what else to do right now. I'm just so dead set on this hair problem that I just don't know what else to do right now, unfortunately. I feel bad ending the stream after like an hour food break. It's like kind of anticlimactic, I guess, but I don't know what else to do. What do I want to do? Don't want to move the hair there yet. That's for later. probably be less obvious there, but I don't know. I don't plan to use leaked files as a reference. Okay, hold on. Cough drop time. Oh, don't drop the mic. Okay. Should be good. Don't. Okay. Okay. So, the image you sent me, V, there is a controller for that. I'm assuming you were looking at the teeth. Oh my god, throat. Why do you do this to me? Like that. Thank you. It should be in the version that's public. Should be. Oh my god, throat. Stupid. So let's open up the lips real quick. Smile. Why not? And if we push the lips down like this, you can see obviously that it's not going to look right because it's going right past the jaw. However, in this third layer here, hopefully I didn't reorganize everything, but I don't remember. But there's a bone here that's shaped like this, and you can use this to push the teeth out like this without opening the jaw. It'll allow you to stretch the teeth out, essentially. Like so. That's probably what you're looking for. I hope so, at least. Oh boy. My throat randomly dies on stream. Ouch. Doesn't even hurt, it's just annoying. Yeah, I'm still streaming, but I'm running out of things to do right now. I wanted to get a lot more done today, but I just ran into like a huge roadblock with the main. And it's just annoying. I don't know. Add more expression to it as well. Backgrounds up. I can also hide them if I need to. Right? Yeah, I guess I can just do this. Still need a toggle for this that isn't in the hierarchy outliner thing. Add some asymmetry. Why not? I'll make that a little less crazy. So. Where's my exposure? It's down here, right? Yeah. There we go. I don't need to do it taller. It's not Alicorn Twilight. The neck is fine. It's to scale to how Unicorn Twilight is. So it doesn't need to be taller. If you're doing Alicorn Twilight, yes, but it's not Alicorn Twilight at all. This is Unicorn. Because right now I'm not doing much. I don't have much to do right now. I wish I did. I need to like sit down and think about what I'm gonna do with the main, because what I was doing with it isn't gonna work for the hair, the hair layer thing. The onion layer thing I was talking about. It's a problem. Big problem. Let me show that again. Might as well have it visible. It's this. This is the problem. Not necessarily what you can see here. It's just specifically this. And this right here, what you see. This is a problem. And I need to sit down and think about what I need to do to fix it, or address it in some way that will minimize it. Do you like Rainbow Dash main? But Rainbow Dash's main is free flowing. Her main is a free flowing main that is like a normal main. It tapers off normally. Twilight's main is a sheer cut. It ends abruptly on every end of Twilight's main. The tail, the main for the neck, and the main for the head. It's all sheer. And that's the problem. This method of hair doesn't really work well for that. Rainbow's main works way better given that it's taperable, and this is not. as you can see here. It is nothing here is shear cut. It is just a free-flowing mane. Well, I mean, the thing is, I'm very familiar with my own rig. So if... I'm not surprised that someone else is not gonna be nearly as fast as me, because I've been making and developing the rig for many years. So I know my way around it. So I know how to make the model look pretty good. And how to move the controls and such. And also my rig is not very user-friendly to people that don't really know it very well. I know that for a fact. I need to improve that next time I release it as well. Make things more readable, understandable. So I know that doesn't help your case either. Well, the thing is, no one has modeled Twilight using the hair method that I've been using. The hair method that does this, where you can see the individual strands of hair with the layered mesh method. And that's not right. Every single one of the characters I've made so far tapers. None of them are shear cut. The closest is Rarity, but it still tapers. You can see it gets thinner and thinner as the mane progresses, which is tapering. It allows me to have the ends look convincing. Everything tapers, except for Twilight. And it's a problem that I need to figure out how to solve, because I don't like this. You can way too easily see the layers of each mesh that's here. Just because this piece is facing directly in front of Twilight. So whenever you look at Twilight head on like this, you can tell what's going on in here. And while it's maybe not as obvious in cycles, which I might as well show what it looks like in cycles. Load it up. No, I don't want to taper it. That's not how Twilight's mane works. It's a sheer cut. If you taper it, it's not going to look right, because that's not how her mane is. That's not the right solution. Yes, it will solve this onion skinning problem being visible. However, it will not be true to Twilight's mane. Also, the stream might be lagging. Hopefully, everything I'm saying is going through. Whenever I render, it tends to lag a little bit, and through cycles. It's not big enough to be obvious. I want to render that out. It's just tough without breaking the stream. Because if it's bigger, like in your face, it's gonna be pretty obvious. Even if it's less obvious than this in the viewport. Yeah, I mean, all the hair you see on the 3D models that I haven't done, for the most part, is just a single mesh, sort of like this. It's just a single mesh without any sort of transparent hair or layering. It's just a blob of mesh. This is just all it is. And that's not a reference I can use, because it doesn't have the same problem as this. Because they aren't using this method. They're just using a mesh. A single mesh. A blob. So I can't... That doesn't help me. Because that's not what I want to do with my model. I want it to look convincing and realistic, while still keeping true to its cartoony show style. That's been my goal, and this is just a huge roadblock I don't know how to get around. I don't plan on doing Tempest. I don't plan on doing animations relating to her or like a lot of characters. So it's not a good use of my time because of how much time I'd have to spend creating a new base model just for a specific character. It's not worth my time. It'd be cool, but I can't do it. It's not gonna happen. It's just too much time I have to invest for something I won't be using. I mean, no, it's not the sharp... Okay. What you're looking for, generally, in the fandom, in general's messages for this stuff, is, they just close this stuff off. Where's that thing? It closes it off like this. Ignore the glitchy texture. I mean, it's not. This was not accounted for, but you'll see a lot of normal 3D models of ponies that just close off the mesh like this, and that works fine for them. Why wouldn't it? Because they aren't trying to pull off this hair effect that I'm doing, that no one else is. No one else is doing the hair effect that I'm doing for the ponies. All the other 3D models just do this. They just close it off. Simple as that. And I don't want to do that. I want it to be full of hair. It just needs to not look like it's skin, like it's a layered onion skin kind of style. Even though that is what it is, I just need to hide it. So it's something to think on. And there's not much inspiration I can grab from anyone else because no one really does hair like this. Really, I feel like I'm the only one doing hair like this for like CG stuff. So, kind of a one-man army in that regard. Yeah, I can't look outside the fandom, really. Like, again, even outside the fandom, I don't think people are doing hair like this. This isn't a traditional, normal method you do hair. This is a method I figured out on my own, essentially. And video games can do something like this too, I suppose, but... I don't know. Maybe I could look at video games or something. I just don't know if there's any good inspiration for it out there that would match that would have a solution for the problem that I'm encountering for a sheer cut, but still needs to be full of hair. For a video game, something like this would be pretty intensive on performance, and you generally don't want to be pushing the layers this far for a game. I don't know. Paper stacks. If I do it with paper stacks, it's gonna leave gaps on top here. Unless I do it from like just the middle, but I don't know. It's still gonna be obvious it's layered. It's still gonna have the same problem. It'll fix like the top side circling around, I guess. You can see the circles, but you can still see the layers. But I guess it's a step in the right direction. but only if I do it with the layers that are inside, not the outside. If I do on the outside, you can see the gaps in between each layer from the outside, and you don't want that. That would be worse. But I could do a mix of both, maybe. Not doing the normal way? What do you mean by normal way? What do you mean by normal? What's normal? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't do commissions. It's not my style. It's hard for me to get motivated through money. I don't care enough about money to really do it. I more act on my own passion than I do financial incentive. I don't care enough about the cash. And even if I did start doing it, I don't think I'd be able to create work that's great. Because I wouldn't be passionate about it. Something I've given a lot of thought about, and I just don't think I'd be able to do it for multiple reasons. I've already given a few of them. A few of those reasons. I mean, the method's already public because I have I have 3 characters published right now. Like, you can go and download them right now with this hair method. Pinkie Pie, Rarity, and Fluttershy. It's in the description, in the FAQ. I have the links in the FAQ. You can just download it. Maybe you mean more so like documenting and like showing how I do it or something, like in a video and a tutorial or something. Maybe that's what you mean. Yeah, real hair is clumped, generally speaking. I would use real hair. There's a lot of great advantages of using real hair. It looks incredibly nice. It looks realistic. And you don't have problems like this. However, oh, and there's also another quirk. Real hair particles actually render faster than this method. Because there's no, like, stacked meshes of... There's no stacked meshes with a bunch of transparency. Which costs tons of performance. But the catch is that it's not very easy to get working in animation. It's such a big pain to get the hair simulation settings working the way you want it to, so that it can preserve the shape that you combed in the first place for a stylized main style, even for Twilight. And then you also have technical problems where the main can just do weird stuff when it moves in the simulation that you can't figure out how to solve. And it's a big pain. The Blender's hair sim is not good enough for my purposes at this time. At least to my own knowledge. If I didn't have so many problems that were technical and related to animation, I'd use it. Because it can look really good. In fact, you know what? I might as well show this. I haven't been basically nothing for the past hours. I might as well show something that I don't think I've shown anyone yet. Because I experimented with this a bit with the main for Pinkie Pie. I just gotta figure out where it is. Gotta find it. Hopefully I have it somewhere. Not here. Okay. Where would it be? Up here? Nope. Yeah, give me a minute, guys. I don't know where it is. Where my renders are for it. It's been a while since I've touched this. No. Ugh. Is it this? I think it might be this. Okay. Let me take a look at this before I show it. So this is a test render I did using real hair particle systems. So it's real hair, not using the layered mesh thing, and this is a work in progress. I didn't finish this main or anything. But I did some very basic hair sim tests, but it's always been a struggle to make it look right in motion. There's always weird looking things that happen. I don't know how to describe it, but it's weird looking things that happen when the main moves. And this is very simple motion. When it moves fast, it gets weirder. And I don't know if I have examples of that. Let me see. Let's see. And it's just test posing here. Yeah. It just does weird stuff. It doesn't look like hair. And it's mostly caused by how stiff I had to make the hair simulation. Because if it's not stiff enough, the hair just falls over when I hit the play button. It doesn't keep its shape. So that's a big problem, especially for Pinkie Pie, because it needs to stay poofy. If it's not poofy, then what's the point? So it had to stay stiff. But because it's stiff, the hair simulation doesn't really behave the way you'd expect it to. It just looks weird. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I had a render of this too somewhere, but it's like in cycles instead of Eevee. At least a still image render. I don't know where it would be though. I can check screenshots maybe. I took a screenshot. Maybe in June? Maybe in June. That's 19. No, that's not it. Before. Maybe? No. Where did you... Ah, yes. This. Here we go. This is what it would look like in cycles. This is what it would look like. Can I get more samples? There we go. This is very nice looking. I would have liked to gone with this. It looks way nicer than the Pinkie main that I have. But it doesn't work with animation at all. And it's a huge shame. I did this back in April. It was quite a while ago. April of this year. Is there anything else I can show? Not much, really. It's just a failed experiment. I got so far. I was so convinced I could make it work, but I just couldn't. It would have been such a nice progression in the models. The hair simulation is just a big problem. I was going to do a fur coat with it too, by the way. I can show that. Actually, let me make sure I have this stuff selected here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, there we go. This is a preview of the fur coat, which also would have been a nice step in the right direction. But I ran into the same problems with simulation and some more experimental test renders. Obviously not final. I still have some work to do back then, but it never got done because I ran into problems. This is a big rant for Blender's hair sim. Hair sims, man. Ugh. I just don't have enough control of hair simulation. I've run into too many problems, essentially. I know it's wrong, but I can't fix it. Looking through the comments now, I fell behind again. I was just so focused on just looking through stuff and showing some stuff I haven't shown much people before. I can't use real world reference of hair as reference because I know what it's supposed to look like. It's just that the limitations of my method of doing hair prevents me from actually doing that. I'm stuck to having the hair on a plane. That's what this method's all about. And generally it's worked fine enough. Just not for this. Okay, getting caught up still. Yeah, I can't look at real life reference because I already know what it's meant to look like. It's just a problem of not actually being able to do it with this method. This method of making the main, where it's all layered like this. You can see all this mesh. It's just all scrambled in here like this. That's all it is. Still trying to catch up. I missed out on a lot here. What was the fur coat? What was the fur coat for? It was just to make the. It was supposed to just make it look more convincing. Having the main, I'm sorry, the fur feel more real would have been a nice bonus. And it almost worked. It almost worked. Instead of using like this bump map texture, which kind of breaks down when you look close, you can start seeing imperfections like the UV seams especially around the face. Like around here, it looks kind of bad. But yeah, it would have been better if I could make it work. But hair simulation, physics, it's a big pain. I couldn't get it to work. It's not because of the ponies themselves. There's actual technical limitations with Blender that have prevented me from using even the fur coat. The fur coat not necessarily being cartoony, it is inherently realistic because all animals, just about all mammals have fur coats. Most of them, I should say. If Blender's hair sim was better, or I knew more of how to work around its limitations, I might have been able to make it work, even with the stylized hair. Yeah, that's one possibility where I can just focus a bunch of layers to just being the very end of it, but that'd be very tough to make it look right because it'll look weird from the outside, seeing a sudden spike in density in hair at the end, which is probably what it's gonna look like. Yeah, I don't know. Something to try, maybe. Something to try off stream. Anyway, I think I've shown enough. I will do a lot of thinking about this off stream because there's not much more for me to do with Twilight on stream until I figure this out, and it'll be very boring for me to just sit on stream thinking like I've been doing for the past couple hours. So I don't want to do that again. Next time I stream, I'll have this solved. Or work on something else. Or whatever. So, yeah. Anyway. I think I'll call it for now, though. I'll call it a day. Try to think of some things to work. Some possible solutions, and some of them I will give a shot later, off stream. See what I can do. Hopefully something works out. Well, it's not even the bangs. The bangs aren't going to be that much of a problem because they don't really face the camera. But these face down. Down, like that. They're down here. You can't see there much inside. And plus they're very thin anyway. So, it's not a big problem. It's just this and this. When I get to this part up here. So, yeah. So that's been a day. Not the most productive day, but I got the top main done. The shaping of it at least. Got it deforming to the camera. Wherever the camera is, it deforms, which is good. It's just the sheer cut. It's been the problem. So yeah, I think I'll see you guys later. Call it a day. See you later.